Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
We are experiencing some above average temperatures for January 14th, but we could see some snow showers by the weekend. Meteorologist Andrew Humphrey has the complete forecast for you coming up. Also, Detroit police putting the pieces together after a woman is found shot to death on Detroit's east side this morning. We'll have the very latest on their investigation. But first, the man charged with murdering his own sister and her boyfriend and leaving their bodies in a shed was sentenced today. And that grisly story does top our news this noon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rhonda Walker. Robert Marjayka, again, showed no emotion as the judge sent him to prison for life. Let's get to Jason Colthorpe joining us from the newsroom with more from today's sentencing. Jason?
Yeah, Rhonda, he only said 2 words the entire time today. This is a 26-year-old man who coldly planned the murder of his sister Danielle and her boyfriend, hid the bodies, and then left town before being captured in Ohio.
There was no question that Robert Marjayka was going to be sentenced to life in prison without parole for the murders of his sister Danielle and her boyfriend Saren Bryan. The only question was if Marjayka would show any sort of remorse. The answer was no, even as Bryan's mother gave a tearful statement about her kind-hearted son who put people at ease with his sense of humor.
My hope was that he would grow up to be a kind, thoughtful person who loved himself and others. And I'm very thankful that I saw him become that man.
She reminded the court of how her 19-year-old son and his 18-year-old girlfriend died, being knocked unconscious with a hammer and then suffocating under duct tape and garbage bags. Bags they were both found inside a shed outside their home in Clinton Township, August 26, 2018.
I say to myself, sometimes out loud, you cannot keep Saren in that day. You can't keep him in pain. Saren isn't there anymore.
The judge, too, quickly realized there would be no remorse from Marjayka.
Do you wish to say anything?
No.
You don't wish to say anything? You murdered your sister, Danielle, and her boyfriend, Sarah, and you don't wish to say anything?
No.
And then the judge said he was looking at evil, and he sentenced him to life without parole. Marjayka's attorney reiterated something that was rejected at trial by both doctors and the jury, that Marjayka was hearing voices and suffered from mental illness. Rhonda, back to you.
Oh, Jason, this story is just so troubling to hear, almost unimaginable, and I'm sure the family wants to know why.
And through this case and even through the sentencing, that they never learned this, and it was just so mysterious. They were both sleeping at the time the attack occurred, and still he never gave any inclination as to why he did this in the first place. We may never know, Rhonda.
No, just awful. Awful way to lose a loved one, too. Jason, thank you. This morning, Anthony Kesselute of Westland arrested last summer for disposing of a woman's body in Hines Park, and he was this morning charged with her murder. Prosecutors say that 23-year-old Olivia Rossi, an acquaintance of Kesselfoot, died in his apartment last August. He's accused of taking her body and putting it in a creek in Hines Park. Earlier charges were dismissed and then reinstated today with a murder charge added. Kesselute remains in jail. And one person is dead after a shooting this morning on the city's east side. A large number of shell casings were found near the Whittier and Kelly Roads area after a woman was found shot to death and inside of an SUV. It's believed that the victim managed to drive a short distance after she was shot several times. Police say that they now have a suspect in custody, but they tell us their investigation is still underway. One man is being questioned this afternoon in connection with a violent and fatal car crash on Detroit's far west side. Take a look at the damage to these vehicles. 2 cars collided around 4:30 in the morning on West Warren near Evergreen. One man died in the crash. The driver of the other vehicle ran off, but Detroit police say that he was apprehended by police in Dearborn Heights, who also are reportedly questioning him about an attempted carjacking there. We do want to get you to the very latest on that toxic green chemical that has been spilling out onto the shoulder of I-696 in Madison Heights. A civil trial continues today in Oakland County Circuit Court, where the city of Madison Heights wants that building demolished, where those toxic chemicals were coming from and stored. The city wants the owner of that business to pay for the demolition and the cleanup of that entire site. The business owner is Gary Sayers, recently admitting that he did store hazardous waste without a permit. That trial continues today. We do want to switch gears and head on over to Andrew with a look at our forecast. And for those that like it mild in winter, here's your day.
That's right. Even with temperatures still in the 30s, they're still above average. The average high this time of year is around 32 or 33 degrees. We were at that earlier this morning, staying out of the 20s, and now we're closer to 40 degrees. We're right at 40. 40 right on the nose at City Airport, Grosse Ile, Monroe. Good afternoon. You've got 40 degrees also. 35 in Pontiac, but still milder than average, milder in quotes, and 37 for our friends over in Port Huron. Over our head, we've got mostly cloudy skies. We keep that around for this afternoon, but temperatures keep rising, mostly to the low and middle 40s, and it remains drip dry. There might be a sprinkle here and there, but most area roads, sidewalks are going to be dry. 45 degrees will be the high. And later on tonight, it does get colder with temperatures back in the upper 20s to about 30 degrees. Now, raindrops and snowflakes all someplace else. Way down to our south with heavy showers, even thunderstorms across the deep south, snow showers in parts of southern Canada. But there is some moisture off to the west climbing over the Rockies. What does it mean for tomorrow? What about your weekend? We do have some rain and snow in the forecast, and I've got that for you coming up.
All right, we'll see you here in a few. In the meantime, let's get to politics. 6 Democrats take the stage in Iowa tonight for the first debate of the new year and the last one before the Iowa caucuses next month. As Peter Alexander reports, 2 longtime friends are going head-to-head to grab a lead in the race.
Heading into tonight's debate, a battle is brewing between the 2 leading progressives. Elizabeth Warren confirming reports about a private meeting in 2018 with Bernie Sanders. Writing in a statement overnight, among the topics that came up was what would happen if Democrats nominated a female candidate. I thought a woman could win. He disagreed. Warren contradicting Sanders, who hours earlier denied the accusation, telling NBC News, "It is ludicrous to believe that at the same meeting where Elizabeth Warren told me she was going to run for president, I would tell her that a woman could not win. Do I believe a woman can win in 2020? Of course." The 2 recently exchanging criticism after Politico reported the Sanders campaign instructed its volunteers to portray Warren as the candidate of elites in conversations with voters.
I hope Bernie reconsiders and turns his campaign in a different direction.
I have never said a negative word about Elizabeth Warren, who is a friend of mine.
The simmering tensions coming less than 3 weeks before the first presidential contest in Iowa. In stark contrast to the first Democratic debates, tonight's duel in Des Moines features just 6 candidates. And new polls show just how close it is, with the latest from Monmouth University showing Joe Biden out front ahead of Sanders, Pete Buttigieg, and Warren.
Perhaps the most striking finding in that latest Iowa poll that 3 in 5 likely Iowa caucus goers say they could still change their mind before next month's contest. Tonight, of course, much of the focus will be on Warren and Sanders, even as Warren tried to downplay the drama, noting that they have been friends and allies for a long time, adding that she is confident they'll continue to work together to defeat Donald Trump. I'm Peter Alexander for NBC News at the White House.
Thank you, Peter. Meantime, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is going to be meeting with House Democrats today to discuss how to proceed in the impeachment of President Trump. Pelosi could announce who will serve as impeachment managers as early as today, and the managers will essentially act as prosecutors in the Senate trial. A vote to approve the managers and send articles of impeachment to the Senate may take place tomorrow. We'll keep you updated on that. Still to come here on Local 4 News at noon, a Help Me Hank alert this morning for Toyota drivers. What could happen when you're on the road that could pose a serious safety hazard? But first, arrests have been made after Iranian forces mistakenly target a Ukrainian passenger jet. We're back in a moment.